Welcome everyone. My name is Nick Hershey. I'm the president and founder of the Mortgage Calculator. We are a lender that does things a little bit differently. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us today so we can go a little bit over what makes us different and special and explain our comp plans. And then I will have Kyle show a little bit of a demo on the full software start to finish to give a little example. And then we'll have Jose explain a little bit more about the support and what makes us different in the actual one-on-one type of scenarios. So let me go ahead and start by sharing my screen. And hopefully most of you have checked out some of the information on this page. If you haven't, please feel free to check it out while we're going through it. But I just want to go through line by line and explain a little bit more about what makes us different here. So we have built this team and this branch under a bunch of different models. So we started about 4 years ago at a FDIC bank. We're able to do loans in all 50 states, but quickly saw the limitations there. We took the team to a branch of a broker, so a broker model. And then we took that to a branch of a non-delegated. And we've also been a branch of delegated all throughout. So we found that non-delegated correspondent is the best of everything. Basically, that's because we're able to wear two hats. Some days we can wear our broker hat and we have access to about 65 lenders, I believe, are on our list today. And then some days we can wear our correspondent hat. And when we're the lender, we have access to about, I think it's 32 today on the list of correspondent investors where we're the lender. So it allows us the flexibility to do anything and everything to help our borrowers. And most importantly, we have the flexibility because we are based on leads. So our team throughout all of the different models has been based around leads and lead generation and software. And basically, the crux of that is that we give unlimited leads to all of our team. Kyle will show you guys an exact example of how that actually looks on the back end here. But basically unlimited leads of all different types at a 50-50 split. And how do we do that and deliver those to you guys? And that is through our software. So we've built every line of code for what you're about to see. Myself and my team, we have a background in marketing and development. So we've built everything from the ground up, and it starts with the CRM and dialer. Nothing really fancy there. We do everything that any other CRM on earth does. Nothing really special there, but where it starts to get special is where we start to integrate it with all of our mortgage systems. So we do that with our free custom website that everybody gets. Let me scroll down a little bit here. Everybody gets a site like you're looking at here instantly. So everybody instantly gets their own website with all their different lead capture pages and all that. And the point of that is so that our customers, our leads, our family, our friends, our sphere can go onto our website and put in their name, email, phone number on some basic lead capture pages and go all the way through the 1003 process, start to finish, complete their whole application, get a quote, start uploading docs, pull their own credit, all that kind of good stuff, start to finish. So how does that all actually happen? And that is via APIs. So when we're programming, we set up APIs with all of the different pieces that put this all together. And that's really what makes everything special. So our CRM is our POS, is our LOS, everything is one system. So we have over 30 different APIs to make everything work with one login. So you guys only have one login, your customer only has one login, but we're still able to use Encompass. We're still able to use Optimal Blue for pricing. We're still able to use Account Check to do all the VOEs, VOIs. We're still able to use Appraisal Works to order all appraisals from 5 different AMCs. Everything you guys are used to is all in one login because we built the programming for all of this to come from our system. So that's really what makes us special. We're the only company on earth that has built our own system from the ground up because we are programmers, right? We built every line of code for what you're about to see. We're also programmers. We're not necessarily designers. So we're always iterating into building new features and then designing those into the system. Now, the other piece of what we've seen in all of these different models is that most models lack training. So we love to do our trainings. We have daily live group trainings, just like we're doing right now, to a larger group. We also love to get one-on-one with our team leaders to get people unstuck. So being remote, we love to work with a ton of people, but we have to get face-to-face. We have to get one-on-one so that we can take over your screen and actually click the button that needs to be clicked to get you unstuck wherever you are. So we're all about group support every single day and also one-on-one support to get you unstuck. We also have our live support. So we have 4 processors full-time that are in our Zoom room that are there to get you unstuck on the simple stuff, right? You don't need to meet with your team leader if you just need to know what button to click to make an appraisal order, right? So we'll simply get you in the Zoom room with them. They can still take over your screen and help you with the simple stuff. Then we have our online training center, which is basically a classroom. You can go through that at your own speed and then go back and review any of those lessons that show you how to do, for example, a bank statement loan, absolutely start to finish, a full video, a full demo, absolutely start to finish, pull that back up. We also have our knowledge center with thousands of videos and other resources. This is where our partners can start to add resources. So you see we have over 100 partners that we work with, other lenders, other investors. They all have their own videos, their own how-tos, their own matrices, their own guidelines, all of these different resources that we put into our system for you guys to be able to search. And the cool part here is that we not only give you guys leads from us at 50-50 split, but we also empower all of you guys to operate your own leads. Since we're all about leads, we want to make sure everybody's on the same page with us. And we will show you, if you already have your own leads, how to put those through our system, run them through our CRM so they're optimized, get that instant credit, that instant 1003, have them uploading docs instantly, all through your lead systems. Or if you're not set up yet, we'll show you how to set up your own with our basically one-click setups. The thing that I love when I produce more loans was working with our investors. So we love to also prospect our DSCR business purpose loans in over 30 states, no matter what license states we're licensed in. So I love to work with investors with 10, 20, 30 properties. I don't want to have to not work with them just because they want to refinance a couple in this state and a couple in that state. So we love to expand our options. So we have about 30 states we can work in without a license, and then we're also licensed in 17. So if you add that up, we pretty much have every state in the US covered when we're talking about business purpose loans. So that's a great opportunity for us all here and a focus of a lot of our advertising campaigns. And to top it all off, what we're all about is no monthly fees. So nothing you see here is hidden. There are no hidden fees. There are no any kind of chargebacks or anything. What you see is what you get because we've written every line of code and we've built everything into the system. We don't have a third-party vendor that we have to pay for all these different pieces and charge you guys fees and other things like that. We believe in building that into the system and giving you guys access to do your job and paying you exactly what you're about to see here on the comp plans. So that brings us to our next step, which is the actual comp plans. So again, we'll go over this. This is probably different than what you're used to. So please bear with us here and hopefully it makes a little bit of sense. Everybody always wants to start with the left. So we'll start on the big one on the left. But notice that we do have 3 comp plans and all 3 of these are for licensed loan officers. So if you're not licensed yet, you still need to get licensed in order to sign up for any of these. So that's always a question as well. But let's start on the left. Everybody wants to make the most money, right? So our goal is to get everybody to a senior loan officer in order for them to make 200 basis points. And that is on the conventional non-QM, all the stuff we're used to. There's a little bit different comp on commercial and HELOC. It's all about the same split. Please click that link, check out the full breakdown of all the different comps, and it'll show you all the different ones. But for everything we're all used to here, the stuff we do most, conventional non-QM, that's 200 basis points or 2% commission. We also love to give all of our senior loan officers access to all of our different lead streams, and those are at a 50-50 split. So if you're a senior loan officer and you take a company lead, that would be 100 basis points commission or 1%. So that's on the regular conventional and non-QM stuff. Now, what do our senior loan officers get? They get everything you're about to see, all the access to all our systems. They get unlimited leads. As we mentioned, there's no holds barred on type of leads we provide to our seniors. And the most important part is they're going to receive leads from our loan officer assistants and even our loan officers that may be not licensed in that state. They're going to be, the people that take on those referrals for our team. Also, once you upgrade to a senior loan officer, you can upgrade then to a team leader and start running your own team. And there's also recruiting as well that they can participate in. Now, how do you get to a senior loan officer? Everybody's going to start as a loan officer because we are very different. Not a lot of companies allow you to wear broker hat one day and a correspondent hat one day, or even the same day, right? We have 2 different types of streams. We have our own system start to finish. So it does take a little bit of learning. So as soon as you close 6 loans here, you're going to upgrade to a senior loan officer. We want to make sure you close a few loans in a couple different channels, couple different ways. We have hundreds of different options, hundreds of different combinations of what can happen with a loan. So we want to make sure you're comfortable with that. Once you close 6 loans, you're good to go. You've had some experience. We're going to let you be a senior loan officer and go ahead and upgrade you. But for your first 6, even if you close thousands of loans, we want to make sure you learn how to use our system. You will make 150 basis points or 1.5% commission on your first 6 deals for conventional non-QM while you learn the system. And that's because we're going to connect you with a team leader and a branch manager and get you squared away so that you can get your deal off and running on the right foot. So you're still going to have access to everything, but you're going to get that extra help on those first 6 deals to really push them over the finish line. So you'll still have access to all the software we're about to see, still have access to all the company leads Kyle's about to show you, and all those leads are at a 50-50 split, as we mentioned. So 150 basis points on your own leads. If you take a company lead, great, still great practice. You'll make 75 basis points or 0.75% commission, still higher than most companies there. And that's a free company lead that you got there. And of course, you'll still be eligible to recruit and build underneath you. Now, for people that are not quite ready, maybe just got their license, maybe just getting back into it, maybe part-time, aren't ready to be full-time, we do find that there's some of these people out there, and we do have a plan for you. So that's what we call our loan officer assistant plan. That doesn't mean that you don't have to be licensed. This is still for licensed individuals, just maybe people that aren't ready to sign that 1003. Remember, when you sign that 1003 as a loan officer, you're legally responsible for that loan forever, right? So sometimes that's a little bit of responsibility. You might want to learn the system, no problem. We can go ahead and get you some great commission. You can still make 75 basis points, and that's 0.75% commission. And you're going to refer your family, your friend, your deal, wherever you have generated your business from, to a senior loan officer who knows exactly what to do, exactly when, exactly what button to press, exactly what to do to get that loan closed as quick as possible. So your customer is going to have a better experience, and you're going to learn a lot because you're going to be the assistant on that one deal. You're not the assistant for the loan officer. You're not the assistant for the company. You just have a friend, family, friend, somebody that you're working with that you're going to make all the contacts and push through to that senior loan officer who's actually going to press the buttons, right? So you'll make all the calls, you'll help collect all the documents, and you'll learn throughout the whole process exactly how to do the loan, because you'll see both the customer end and the back end of what the senior loan officer is doing. So you'll still have access to our CRM and everything Kyle's about to show you, but you'll only have access to a certain amount of leads, which Kyle will show you as well. And the most important thing is you're going to refer leads, whether that's your own leads that you've built, or if you're in the CRM practicing, doing some auto dialers and stuff like that, you can refer those leads to the senior loan officer. And again, you will assist on that one transaction. And then you can go ahead and upgrade when you're ready, right? Practice on 1, practice on 2, practice on 10, until you feel comfortable enough to sign that 1003. Go ahead and let us know. We'll upgrade you to a loan officer plan. And then, of course, once you close 6 loans with you signing the 1003, you can go ahead and be on the senior loan officer plan. So we want to make it very simple and straightforward to everybody. And hopefully we have a plan that fits everybody here on the call. Now, the next part of the presentation, we usually have a little demo of the software, but Kyle can actually show you guys live behind the scenes and show you exactly how that works. So you ready, Kyle?
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so what I'm going to show you here is I'm just going to highlight a couple features. Now, of course, when you come on board, we do full trainings on this whole system, but let me just point out a few things. So first of all, here is our CRM. Now, as Nick said, pretty standard CRM. You communicate with your clients, take your notes, send emails, texts. They pop up down here in chronological order, set reminders. You can put people on action plans, automated drip campaigns to text them and email them automatically over time. All that kind of good stuff that most CRMs do, right? But what starts to set us apart here is our quoting system. And so if you see here, you can ask your client 6 pieces of info, and within 2 minutes, you can use our system here to pull the rates automatically through our Optimal Blue API within seconds and spit out your client looking a nice quote looking like this, that shows them their different rate choices on that day, what these things mean. They can scroll over them, pulls in the Google map automatically, pulls in the Zestimate automatically, has the proposed loan info here, does the monthly breakdown of taxes, insurance, and stuff automatically, gives them the estimated lender fees. Of course, you here as the loan originator, and then you'll see you can add a realtor. So I put myself here as a realtor as this example. And you can add a realtor to the deal. So your realtor partners, they absolutely love this because they know when they send you a client, you're going to not only quote their client in seconds with this nice, pretty quote, and it looks even better on mobile, and it sends the client a text and an email with this nice looking quote, instantly. And so your realtor partners love it. You can quote their people instantly, and you're going to attach them to the quote. They're going to be copied on the emails going out so that they can see what's going on with their client, and they know you're keeping them in front of their client's face saying, hey, we are your team that's pushing this deal across the finish line. So your realtor partners, they absolutely love this. Now, the coolest part is that your clients can then click Start Loan Application and actually proceed with their loan to create their borrower portal. So let me show you what it looks like when they click that button. They're now in their borrower portal where they can start their loan application right here with one click. They don't leave the page. The 1003 is completely integrated into our system. They're asked to upload the type of documents we're going to need for that type of loan, right? So they're prompted to upload those documents as well. And they can see their loan info here. They can see the milestone of where their loan is at. They can communicate with you through here as well. So full on borrower portal there that they are taken to. Now, let me show you what this looks like on your end. Now that they've started their loan, you can now help them with the 1003. You can help them upload documents, but you can also request documents from them. So you can say, hey, I need the divorce decree, save changes. Now it lets them know, hey, we need that divorce decree uploaded here in your borrower portal. You could also request a whole packet and say, hey, you know what? We're actually going to do a DSCR loan with this. I'm going to go ahead and replace that packet, save changes, and now it's asking them for what we need for a DSCR loan. Right, so we are able to, if you don't know what's needed for a self-employed VA loan, the system does, right? So it's going to prompt them to get those basic documents that you need. And you can also request signatures. You can say, hey, I'm going to need this, maybe it's a gift letter or something, and it's then going to put it in their portal and allow them to actually sign it without leaving the page. Right? They don't have to leave the page. Everything is built in through here, through the API, even the e-sign. And of course, you can request custom documents from them. So this is where you can help them fill out their 1003, help them upload documents, request documents, basically a point of sale system through here, remind them to upload documents with reminder emails, all that kind of good stuff, right? Now, when your client fills out this 1003 in our system, at the end of it, they are prompted to authorize a credit check. When they authorize that credit check, we pull the credit instantly and we pay for it up front, right? Your borrower doesn't pay for it up front and you don't pay for it. And so what's going to happen is once your borrower goes through their 1003 and agrees to credit, you're going to be able to click on our Encompass API right here. And it's going to pull up and everything's already going to be here. The 1003 is in here, all filled out. The credit is already pulled in here and everything is here. And notice, for those of you familiar with Encompass, you can literally come through here and do the loan here in the system and get it all set up in Encompass. You can also order the VOEs, the VOA, you can do through account check. You don't need to pull new bank statements when we're going to close later because we'll already have those on file. So you can order all these things through here right in this one login. We have the APIs with everything to do all that kind of stuff. We also have the ability when they upload their taxes to automatically do their calculations for their income on their taxes as well. We have the AI to do that as well. So everything is here built into this one system. So you see how we can take somebody from being a lead that we're talking to communicating with them, to quoting them, to collecting all of their documents, collecting their 1003, pulling their credit, and originating the loan in Encompass, but all here through our one system. You have one login, the client has one login, and everything is done here through this system. Now, let me go ahead and move on to the next part here, which is our pipeline page. And what you'll see here is that you'll have all of your different loans and you'll see where they are in the stage and the milestone, right? You'll be able to see what milestone they're at. You'll be able to see maybe what lender or investor they're at, the loan type. And when you move the milestones on the Encompass side, they're going to move in here as well, and they're going to notify everybody involved in the transaction. That's one of the biggest things. The number one complaint about loan officers from both realtors and clients is lack of communication. So when we update the milestones in our system, it's going to update them to the client and the realtor if they're attached, and you and your team leader and your branch manager. Everyone is going to know once this loan has moved to maybe the appraisal was received, or it's moved to clear to close, whatever the case may be, right? So definitely not going to have any shortage of communication here with our system. So again, taking this person from being a lead all the way through the entire process, doing the loan, and then keeping track of it after we are already doing everything. And we're going to keep tracking of it through processing, through underwriting, through closing, and all that kind of good stuff here on our pipeline tab. So now that we talked about taking a loan here from start to finish, let's talk about where it comes from in the first place, right? The leads, which is something that everybody wants to talk about, right? So the ways that we give you leads, there's a few different ways, but first and foremost, we're giving you leads from our ad campaigns, which are mostly through our Facebook and Instagram ad campaigns. These are all campaigns, right? We're not paying some other company. We were a marketing agency. Nick and I own one before we got into mortgages, right? So the first way that we give you leads is through our ad campaigns. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to be getting text messages all day with these leads so that you can click on them and call them right away from our campaign. So somebody clicks on an ad on Facebook, opts in to be contacted, you get a text that second so you can pick up the phone and call. I'm going to show you what this actually looks like on one of my test profiles. This is a real test profile just from today, and it's actually coming in real time of the texts that I'm getting here. Notice I'm getting purchase leads for Florida, Illinois here. I have business purpose DSCR coming in. I have a bunch of foreign nationals that came in this morning as well, right? So this is just all one day for one loan officer, and it's only 1:30 today. And notice all of the different leads that are coming through. That doesn't include the extra leads we send you, like our trigger leads and all kinds of other stuff like that. Those that you saw are the real leads that are coming in from our Facebook campaigns that are sent to you via text. So that's how many leads were sent to me today in real time. The other way that we provide leads for you is through our auto dialer here. So we have all kinds of different lead lists in here, from purchase leads to bank statement leads to leads from our other ad campaigns, all the way to cold calls, to realtor calls, to old leads that are recycled, all kinds of different lead lists in here, so that there's always something in here for you to call, right? So you can call people using our auto dialer here. You can call 300, 400, 500 people in a day. You pick up your phone once and you just keep going, next call, press one button to drop an automated text and an email to them. So you can literally go through hundreds of people in a day, automatically dropping that text and email with the click of a button saying, hey, I just called about your purchase, or just called about your refi, whatever it is that you were calling them about. There's a call script on the right-hand side for you. If you're calling a purchase lead, it's a purchase script. If you're calling a refi lead, it's a refi script. So everything is there automatically streamlined for you to use the auto dialer. So you'll always have leads to come in here and call at all times to drum up some business using the auto dialer. Another way that you can get leads in our system is you can purchase them. So the same leads that we give you for free on a 50-50 split. Notice those leads that were coming in on my test account, I'm not paying for those. Those are coming to me all day on a 50-50 split for when the loan is closed, right? But if you want even more leads, you can purchase leads, and we're going to give you those same exact leads from those same exact ad campaigns that we've proven out that we know work. They're only going to go directly to you at no lead split, right? So keep that in mind, that you want some deals where there is no lead split, right? So a perfect example is one of our loan officers, Nicole. She closed her first deal as a LO. So first deal she ever did as a loan officer. It was a loan that got denied somewhere else. She brought it here. Jose met with her multiple times, helped her restructure it into a profit and loss loan, was able to close the deal, first deal ever as a loan officer. She had no idea how to close loans, came in, met with Jose, we got it done. It was $1,060,000 deal. Her commission was $16,000, first deal ever. And it was a lead that we sent her, but it was one of the ones she bought. So she saved $8,000 on that commission, right? Without taking the lead split. So definitely something to consider. You want to get some of your own leads as well. That way you can get that full comp on them. We're going to send you our leads all day. We're no upfront cost, but to put more leads in your pipeline and to make sure that they're at self-gen comp, you should also have some campaigns running for yourself. Now, the other way that you can work leads through our system is you can import leads. So here we give you your own custom webhook, and we give you the instructions on how to use Zapier to bring leads in from wherever else you purchase them or get them. So any legitimate lead source that you purchase leads from is going to be able to use webhooks or Zapier, and you can then bring them in our system in real time. So if you purchase leads from Zillow already, or free rate update, or whatever it may be, you can use this webhook. The leads will then shoot into our system in real time as soon as they come in from wherever you're buying them. Then you'll get the text and email from our system, just like one of the leads that we give you. That way you can come in and call them, quote them, gather the documents, do the loan, right? The whole thing. So you can make them come in real time, just like any other leads that we're giving you, no matter where you're getting your leads from. You can do that so here. So basically every way possible that we can either give you leads or that you can work leads that you're already getting, we have here built into the system for you. So now that we talked about the different ways to get leads and work leads, let's talk about what kind of leads we get and why we do that. So Nick and I come from a marketing background. We own an ad agency, and Nick is kind of the expert there. We've spent, over 15 years, we've spent millions of dollars on ads on these different platforms. And Nick is also certified by Facebook as a media planning professional. He's certified by Facebook as a digital marketing associate, and he's certified by Google as a Google Ad search specialist. So this is definitely his wheelhouse here. So I'm going to go ahead and send it over to him to talk about the type of leads we get and the strategy behind that. Then we'll have Jose talk about some support, and we'll go ahead and open it up to questions. Go ahead, Nick.
All right. So yeah, whenever we set out to do an ad campaign for ourselves or any company that we're working with, we want to make sure we do something different. So for the last 4 years, we've been definitely focused on doing something different. And what that means is we're not doing conventional refis like everybody else was doing, and obviously is now firing tens of thousands of employees because that model doesn't work forever, right? So what we focus on is doing something different and unique. And we've been advertising the exact opposite of what the big guys are doing, right? We're not advertising to the easy conventional clients, and we're not advertising those products. So we're advertising to the exact opposite, the borrowers that are not being served by the big guys. So we're going after the self-employed borrowers, the investors, the people who aren't able to work with the big giant shops and are not clean files, right? And we're advertising the products that they maybe didn't know exist, our non-QM products, our DSCR products, our non-QM bank statements, etc. So our customers that obviously can't qualify at the big shops will then check us out and click one of our bank statement ads, but we're still going to go through the proper qualification. So we're still always going to show our team how to properly analyze the deal. And we still do conventional loans. We still do VA, FHA if they qualify. Obviously, we want to choose the more preferable program for the customer, but we have all of our thousands and thousands of non-QM options to back that up. So we're going to advertise to the customers who aren't being advertised to. We're going to advertise something unique and different, which is all of our non-QM programs, which are popular now, but obviously weren't 4 years ago when we first started this. We were doing the exact opposite. Now everybody else is trying to copy us, right? Because now this is the more popular end of the growth end of the mortgage business, right? Is in the non-QM space. So we've focused on that. And then of course, once we get the customers in, as I mentioned, we're going to analyze their income properly and really teach you guys how to analyze income. So, obviously nobody can get a loan that owns 100 properties on their, Schedule E, but I'll teach you guys how to throw that into our system. Our AI will analyze it. We'll get a spreadsheet for it, but then we'll go through line by line and make sure the spreadsheet was correct and the AI did it correct. And I'll show you guys how to do a full self-employment income analysis on someone with 100 rental properties, and we can still do a conventional loan for them, whereas the big shops would never do that, right? So we'll teach you guys how to do exactly everything to service these types of clients, and we'll really knock it out the park with our rates. So we have the same rates and margins, no matter if you guys have to go brokered, or we can do it as with us as a lender, or we go correspondent. So it's important for us to take every deal in, analyze it properly, and have the proper home for that loan. So we have thousands of loan programs all the conventional loan programs. We have, we can broker with any of our conventional partners. So like the DPA and the weird stuff, you know, the 203K, we'll still usually broker that. But when we can wear our lender hat, obviously we get a benefit to our customers, which is typically a price benefit, and a few other benefits with speed and other things when we're the lender. So we want to make sure we have a home for every loan that comes in, and we're doing the weird stuff, right? So we have hundreds of partners that do the crazy loans, not just conventional, not even just the non-QM you guys are used to, but we just did a show this morning with Jose, right, for hard money loan options and you know, commercial loan options. Jose went over 100% SBA owner occupied warehouse option the day before yesterday. So we love to do all the different programs. And if you've ever heard of a loan that exists out there, we basically have it, because that's what we specialize in, is having a home for every single scenario and deal that comes across our desk, whether it's just land, development, fix and flip, ground up construction, all the crazy stuff that you might not think really exists. We have the real versions of that. So that's really what we want to make sure we have. And if they qualify conventional, great. We still love to do those as well. So hopefully that covers it for you, Kyle. Is that
absolutely.
good?
Absolutely. So last thing here, Jose, I want Jose to talk about a little bit about himself and what he does here and the support that we offer as well. So go ahead, Jose.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining us this afternoon here. Jose Gonzalez here, loan officer and realtor licensed in September of '95. And I'm the sales manager that will assist, you know, fill in the gaps here. Now you have the technology, you got the lead, you reeled them in. Now what do you do, right? I mean, you got a hot lead on the hook. What do you do? Well, we want to make sure that our team members do not spin their wheels trying to get traction with their deals. That includes our seasoned MLOs as well as our newly minted MLOs, whether you're new to non-QM or new to the business. As a team member of the Mortgage Calculator, you're going to get plenty of support, especially at the beginning when there's a learning curve is a little steeper. We're going to make sure that we get you rolling with loans so that you can be closing your first deal, and you know, within 30, 45, 60 days of joining the company, you're already closing loans and have an idea of what you're doing. You know, we have very thorough training and resources, whether it be our knowledge center where you can pop in there and put questions in the search bar, figure out a lot of processes from all of the videos that we have. But in the end, once you reel that deal in, you're going to meet with either myself or with one of the team leaders for your file structure. I mean, as soon as that deal is accepted, you are going to be receiving alerts to set up your meetings, get your file structure down so that then you can go back, make sure you have all your I's dotted, your T's crossed. And then the next step after that, hopefully, if everything works out, is you'll be setting up your file disclosure meeting. And then we will review your file with you in a Zoom meeting. And at the end of the meeting, if it is a correspondent file where we are the lender, we will click the submit button right then and there, the send button of those disclosures with you. During the meeting, you get your alert right then and there. You sign your application, and then you go follow up with your borrower or borrowers to make sure that they sign as well, so that then we can get the file into intake and you can order your appraisal title and all those other good stuff to get the file going. So throughout the whole process, you're going to have support. Then you get your conditional loan approval. You're going to meet with one of your team leaders. Could be me, could be one of the other team leaders, to go over the approval, go over the conditions if there's anything that you don't understand. And then at that point, you also have your processor involved for clarification. Even though at the Mortgage Calculator, we are a little bit more hands-on with how we handle our files, our loan officers are trained to be consultants who know what's going on in their loans and are able to properly add value to the transaction, give the best advice to their customers. But we do have processing support, we do have a Zoom room, and then we do have our internal systems that will be reviewing your file throughout the process, so that when that file is eventually submitted for review for final underwriting, it should be a slam dunk. And the next step is set up your closing and close. So there is no mystery here. We don't throw you out the pasture as soon as you have a file and you have to figure it out. We're going to get you by the hand, like our own concierge service. The same way that we treat you is the same way you're going to be treating your borrowers. You're going to get them by the hand, give them concierge service, add value to the transaction. And the end result is going to be a very sustainable career where you're going to get many referrals, because you're going to be the person that got it done for your borrower. And they're going to know it was you because you were the face of the transaction.
Absolutely. Okay, perfect. So last thing to go over is what's the next step, and then we'll get into questions. So next step is to go to the mortgagecalculator.com/join. When you're ready to sign up, Nick can drop that in the chat there for me, that link. And you're going to sign up for the plan that's applicable, right? You're either going to sign up as a loan officer or a loan officer assistant. And what it's going to do is take you to fill out a form, and then it's going to pop up right to the compensation agreement. Now, you don't have to sign it right then. It's also going to email you a copy, so feel free to take your time. But once you sign that initial agreement, that's what kicks off the whole rest of the process and all the next steps, which will be, getting your ID, documents, signing the employment manuals, and walking you through how to allow us to sponsor your license in the NMLS. So first step, go to the mortgagecalculator.com/join, select the applicable plan, and then take your time, look over that initial agreement. And once you sign that, we will send you all of the next steps. So with that being said, why don't you go ahead and stop recording, Nick?